What's up, you guys? Slasher Movies here, and it's the end of the year. It's my favorite time of the year because that means I get to start putting out my favorite videos, and those are the wrap-up videos where we start counting down the top 10 best and worst and most anticipated. So to kick off the fun, we're talking about our top 10 most anticipated movies of 2019. So you guys, 2019 it looks to be super stacked with a lot of people of talent coming out with new content. So making this list was very difficult. While putting my number one film will probably be no surprise to anyone who knows me personally and deeply and follows this channel. You probably know what my number one is, but I hope 2 through 9 is a nice surprise, and I open you up to some films you might not be knowing that are slated for 2019. Also, a lot of these films are slated for 2019. We are talking about a whole year, so a lot of these release dates are subject to change. You know, the Disney Fox merge could cause some things to happen. You never really know. So who knows? You could be hearing these films in 2020. I'm going to shout out 5 honorable mentions. Those films are Artemis Fowl, How to Train Your Dragon 3, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, High Life, and The Woman in the Window. Now we start the list. Kicking my list off at number 10, I have Ad Astra. Now, Ad Astra comes from James Gray. He's the director of films like The Immigrant, The Lost City of Z, We Own the Night. He's a very, very competent director. He is really good behind the camera, and this is going to be a sci-fi space film. And in this film, we are following basically Brad Pitt, I'm assuming, who goes off into space looking for his father. And while in space, he uncovers something that could threaten our planet. The plot sounds really cool, and I heard James Gray was trying to make a very realistic space movie, like the most realistic space movie ever. And with him being such a talented director, I'm excited to see what he does. Number 9 is Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so pumped for this movie. The trailers are incredible. They look enormous. They make you look like you just gotta see this like 5 times on the IMAX screen to just, you know, absorb every little inch and frame, because it looks big and massive. And the kid inside of me who used to grow up watching Godzilla and the 3-headed dragons and Godzilla versus Mothra, and just is ecstatic to watch this film. I was a big fan of the previous incarnations of these films, so I'm really excited to see this. And it also comes from a really awesome director. Coming in at number 8, I have Velvet Buzzsaw. Now, Velvet Buzzsaw is reteaming Jake Gyllenhaal with his Nightcrawler director, and they are doing a weird genre mix, I hear, about art dealers and basically money and all the behind-the-scenes drama with that. I hear it's a comedy, a drama, dabs in a little horror. Toni Collette's in it. I'm excited. I'm excited for this, and I know when Jake Gyllenhaal teams up with this guy, my anticipation's high for a knockout performance. Number 7 is Jojo Rabbit. Now, this might be the most controversial film I have on this list, but this comes from Taiki. I'm not even going to pronounce. I'm terrible with English. I can barely say regular words, let alone pronounce last names. But he gave us Thor Ragnarok, What We Do in the Shadows, The Hunt for the Wilder People. I love this man. This guy makes me laugh so freaking hard. And he's doing this comedy where he's playing Adolf Hitler in this thing. So it's going to be weird. I think some people might be a bit offended. Who knows? That could be the point of this movie. I'm just really excited to see this film because of, once again, the talent involved in this thing. And man, this guy makes me laugh. And he just seems like such a sweet guy. So, you know, I'm excited for just talent alone. Number 6 is Avengers Endgame. Now, I know this is a lot of people's number 1. Falls at number 6, so please don't crucify me. I'm very excited to see this film. I'm a completionist. I love conclusions. I love to watch things wrap up, be tied up in a nice little bow. And I have a feeling this is going to be one of the most big, bombastic films like ever. So I'm very excited to see this thing play out, and I think a lot of you guys are too. And I think that a lot of you guys, this is your most anticipated film. I know all of us are going to be flocking to the cinemas. We all have our theories, expectations, hypes. You know, this is not only wrapping up phase 3, but it's wrapping up like an era of Marvel films, and opening up a doorway for a new era, and I'm very excited to see where that goes. And man, do I love talking with my hands. Number 5 is Lucy in the Sky, also known as Pale Blue Dot. Now this is based off of a book, and in this movie we have Natalie Portman, Jon Hamm, Dan Stevens. This is another sort of space film. This is about an astronaut who comes back from Earth, but when she gets back to Earth, she sort of unravels and starts spiraling out of control as she tries to grapple with reality and everything that she experienced. And the cast alone is fantastic. I'm a massive Natalie Portman fan and Dan Stevens fan. So when you have those two working together, I'm there opening night. Coming in at number 4, I have Waves. And when I think of Taylor Edward Schultz, I think of obviously Krisha and It Comes at Night. You know, 2 films I think are phenomenal films. I don't think of musicals, but that's exactly what his next film is. It's a musical starring Sterling K. Brown, and Lucas Hedges, and it's about 2 people who fall in love and the traumas and the turmoils that they go through with that. This guy knows family dynamics, knows emotional turmoil very well with his other 2 previous films, so I'm excited to see what he does that. Also, it's a musical, and I have been dying for my life to turn into a musical, so I'm always on board for a musical, and with that director involved, sign me up. Coming in at number 3 is just a little film called Star Wars Episode 9. I'm still baffled by all the mixed reactions that The Last Jedi got. When I posted my review, because I had the opportunity to see it a little bit early, I could have sworn I thought everyone was going to love that film, and I was wrong. I love The Last Jedi. I loved it. So I'm very excited to see how they wrap up the Skywalker saga. I'm hyped. I'm hyped. Sign me up for this. I love Daisy Ridley as Rey. I love the cast and crew. I have all my hypes, anticipations. Where is this going? How are we going to wrap this up? What's going on with Kylo? You know, how are they going to do with all the trauma and complications with, unfortunately, Carrie Fisher's death? Like, I'm just excited to see that. And also just, it's freaking Star Wars. Coming in at number 2, I have Knives Out. Now it comes from Rian Johnson, and man, oh man, is this got to be the best ensemble cast for any movie in 2019. This is a murder mystery in the sort of whodunit sort of ordeal, and I mean, I gotta look at this to tell you that we got Christopher Plummer, Chris Evans, Michael Shannon, Jamie Lee Curtis, Don Johnson, Daniel Craig, Toni Collette. I mean, the cast in this thing is insane, and it's a murder mystery. I have a feeling this is gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna have twists and turns every minute, and I mean, the ensemble of this thing and the talent behind it just has me super excited. I don't need to know anything about this movie. The cast alone will have me there opening night. So you guys, there we have. We've made it to the freaking end. My most anticipated movie of 2019 is Chaos Walking. Not only is this my most anticipated movie of 2019, this is my most anticipated movie ever. I have videos on this channel of me verbalizing and my obsession towards the book series. And honestly, you should just go watch those videos. I could ramble on for hours about how much I love this series, but man oh man, from Tom Holland, Daisy Ridley, Mads Mikkelsen, the cast in this thing is stacked. It's from director Doug Liman of Edge of Tomorrow. Like, this has potential to be like anything we've never seen before. It's about a movie. It's a world that, you know, where all thought is audible, and I could hear and see everything that you're thinking. I'm excited to explore this. Patrick Ness is my favorite author and favorite writer. I love everything that this man has done. So I'm just super excited. I've talked about Chaos Walking so much that if you don't know about this franchise, please ask me every question away. So you guys, there you have it. Those were my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2019. Let me know in the comment section below what films you're excited to see in 2019. And until next time, you guys, I'm the Slash Movie Reviewer, and you guys have just been Slash.